At Pedders, steering safety is our primary concern, so all our steering gears are remanufactured to original equipment or above standard, not reconditioned. Here are some of the basic differences between remanufacturing and reconditioning. Housings are a common wearing component, and at Pedders they are replaced for better steering and longevity, not machined or repaired. The pinion gear and rack shaft are also common wearing components, and at Pedders are replaced if worn, not machined down, welded or repaired. The pinion assembly is an integral part of most steering gears. The heart is the torsion bar, a thin steel bar connecting the driver to the wheels. Torsion bars are regularly overlooked by most reconditioners. Common problems are bent, damaged, loose or twisted torsion bars. These can cause symptoms from vague steering and minor pulling to totally erratic, almost uncontrollable steering. It's also possible to have steering failure due to torsion bar failure. Another common failure is torsion bar pin breakage. At Pedders, all rebalanced pinion assemblies are fitted with new torsion bars and hardened solid steel lock pins for maximum safety. With use, rack ends become worn and loose. All rack ends are replaced with new at Pedders, which are equal to or exceed the original equipment standard. Common reconditioning practice is to rework the worn rack ends in an attempt to remove excessive play. This can result in 3 serious outcomes. 1. The rack end will return to its worn state very rapidly. 2. Excessive preloading results in metal fatigue of the tie rod, causing breakage, separation and potential disaster. 3. Ball separation caused by lack of housing material. The result is loss of steering and potential disaster. Pedders always uses the highest quality components and processes for durability and safety.
From identifying the right replacement product to final checks, ensuring full vehicle performance, Valeo will describe the step-by-step instructions to ensure you will get complete satisfaction from your Valeo Kit 4P solution. Valeo Clutch Kit 4P is fully listed in TechDoc. You can download from TechDoc the specific fitting instructions related to each Kit 4P. The Valeo Kit 4P box contains a rigid flywheel, a driver plate including long travel damper technology, a cover, a bearing if it's mechanical, a pack of bolts, a bag of grease, a Kit 4P sticker and detailed fitting tips. To undertake the replacement correctly, you will need the following tools: torque wrench and extensions, impact driver, ratchet and socket set, wire brush, flywheel blocking tool, centering tool, screwdriver. Notice that you don't need a specialist clutch fitting tool to fit Valeo Kit 4P. While ensuring working area is secured enough, remove the gearbox. Disassemble cover and drive plate. Block DMF to avoid self-rotation and remove it. Check the crankshaft seal in order to ensure there is no oil. Now check the engine pins to ensure they aren't bent or damaged. Clean the crankshaft and check its seal. Make sure that when pushed, the push rod at the receiver cylinder can slide smoothly. Check as well that it does not leak oil. Check engine and gearbox mounts. Verify there are no cracks and rubber is in good condition. Check the free play in the powertrain. Once done, begin work on the gearbox. Now check the clutch release mechanism. If vehicle has a mechanical bearing, disassemble it. Depending on the car, you may have to disassemble the fork. On the hydraulic command system, check there is no oil contamination and smooth bearing operation. If in doubt or mileage over 60,000 miles, replace it. Check the gearbox input shaft seal. Check that there is no oil coming from the gearbox. Otherwise, change the input shaft seal. Ensure there are no excessive marks or wear on the guiding tube surface. On mechanical release mechanisms, check the fork is sliding correctly and no excessive wear on the fork fingers. Make sure there are no burrs nor any marks on the input shaft. Finally, check the assembly holes, ensuring gearbox assembly is clean, not deformed, no irregularity, no mark, no burrs. Here, everything looks okay. We can now proceed with assembly, starting with fitting the bearing. Apply a small quantity of grease on the fork axle, as well as on the input shaft splines. Assemble bearing on the guiding tube and fork. You will hear a snap. Once heard, ensure the movement is smooth. Now we are ready to assemble flywheel, drive plate and cover. Position flywheel on the crankshaft. Note that only one position is possible. Fit the bolts manually. Block the flywheel to apply the tightening torque. Tighten smoothly each screw, respecting a star-like sequence with the appropriate wrench. Never use an impact driver. Pay attention to the fitting torque displayed in the fitting instruction provided in the box while setting up your torque wrench. Complete the fastening in a star-like sequence. Do one more turn of all bolts to check they're all fastened. You should hear a click for each bolt. Then ensure the drive plate fits correctly in the input shaft. Ensure the drive plate is in the correct position as marked on it. It is very important to carefully check this point. Place the drive plate on the cover. Position both cover and drive plate on the rigid flywheel. In our case, and typically, there are 3 possible fittings. Pay attention to the fact that in some cases, only one fitting position is available. Please note that only a centering tool is required. Position the bolts manually. Again, tighten smoothly each bolt with a wrench, respecting a star-like sequence. Set up the torque wrench with the correct torque. Then, complete the fastening in the star-like sequence. If needed, all detailed information is available in TechDoc. The Valeo Kit 4P fitting sequence is now complete. You may have noticed it was a really quick and easy operation. It is now time to reassemble the gearbox. Always use the gearbox jack to avoid hitting and damaging the clutch. Once fitment is complete, don't forget to display the Kit 4P sticker on the bell housing. This sticker indicates this vehicle is fitted with a specific Valeo clutch module. In case it is required, the fitting instruction indicates the associated service kit part number. Once the vehicle is completely reassembled, proceed to the usual compulsory checks. Engage and disengage the clutch pedal. In neutral gear, rev the engine up to 5,000 RPM to check there is no noise or abnormal vibration. Shifting each gear ratio, including reverse gear. And ensure there is no abnormal noise. Finally, perform a road test